So here's a Bitcoin update, and we were talking about the blue line, which is the EMA 21 last time, and it is sitting at almost $27,000. We go to the dollar chart, and we said last time that it was going to come back and touch the blue line and go back down, and it did exactly that. And Bitcoin was going to make a correction, which it did. However, I was thinking that Bitcoin was going to come at the time. The EMA 21 was at around $24,000, and that's what I was expecting. It didn't make the correction all the way down, which is a touchdown to the EMA 21. However, it did come back to $27,000. So that was still a decent correction there. Um, but going back to the 2017 bull run, you can see it in January, and then again in March, it came back and did a touch on the weekly EMA 21. That hasn't happened yet. And if we go to back to the 2013 bull run, this is what is amazing. Uh, in 2014, it made its last touch on around November 12th on the EMA 21 on the weekly, and then it didn't come back till April of 2013. So that was 5 months. So March 5th to mid March 2021, Bitcoin, and this was the longest it had been, you know, away from the EMA 21. So from March 5th to around mid March, if Bitcoin would make a new record, staying that bullish, that it doesn't make that mega correction. However, the market's really bullish. Elon Musk and Tesla just bought $150 billion. There's a lot of FOMO from institutions coming in Bitcoin. You see CNBC, they're pumping it. You even have these articles like how much you would have if you invested $100 in Bitcoin in 2009. These articles are popping up. Usually they start popping up. They usually pop up during the end of the bull run, but they're already, you see these articles, $100 in 2009. That was a decade, more than a decade ago. So that's like me telling someone, hey, invest in this painting, put in $100, and then after a decade, it might be, you will have $1 million. So, if someone does do that, then they probably deserve the $1 million they have. So these are just pump articles. What else do we have? Bitcoin hits record high of nearly 50. Bitcoin has some bank employees afraid of missing out. So it's super, super bullish right now. And so I'll be looking at having a close look from March 5th to March 12th. It seems like the bullishness that we have in the market, I feel like a meteoroid would have to hit the earth for Bitcoin to come, you know, 50%, make a 50% correction, um, all the way down. However, March 5th, in the beginning of March is still a couple of weeks away, and usually the last. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin just goes to 60, 70 in the next 2 weeks, and then does this big correction. Well, this is the 2013 bull run. You have to understand the volume, the market cap. It was a lot lower. So, price movements all the way down. Uh, this type of move is not that easy in today's market. So, Bitcoin goes to 80,000, and then if it does that, then the blue line would probably mean the EMA would probably have moved up to 35, and then it goes down to 35. I don't know how that would be possible. I mean, because if you look at 2017, for example, we had the big correction. One of them was when China banned cryptocurrency, and then everyone thought that Bitcoin was going to zero. But to after what's already happened, to have you know me believe that Bitcoin was going down and was going back to zero would be, or a lot harder. There'll be buyers ready to just pounce. So it's just still it. I think it would be interesting to see what happens in the end of February and the beginning of March and how long this can continue. But I will be definitely keeping an eye on, if it just continues and, the RSI and everything is just peaking. Um, it's, it, it seems from me looking at the chart that the correction is due, but I just don't see how it would happen. Ethereum looks pretty bullish too, but you just want to be cautious from what I explained earlier. And looks like Ethereum EMA 21 is sitting at $1,000. So that's the good thing about buying Ethereum and Bitcoin and these assets. Like for Ethereum, it couldn't really go much lower than $1,000. And with Bitcoin, the volatility is even less. So, you should be pretty good shape. But ne- nevertheless, especially Bitcoin and Ethereum dictate the entire altcoin market, and that's mainly where you want to be stay cautious for, especially look out for the very end of February and the beginning of March next month. And I'm very interested to see what's going to happen as well.